Greetings. First of all, I have to say that there will be no further unlocking the Matrix videos. Every cloud has a silver lining, even a sliver, because the Matrix is unlocked, well and truly. Now, I'm not going to take credit for this. This is amongst many of us. So what I'm going to say is, don't necessarily share this video, but put it in your own words. Get the message out, because this unlocks everything. You want to know what we're up against, you want to know where they came from. You want to know how they've done it. So you want a her story lesson, because it is a hearse story. It's not very pleasant. You might want to sit down. By all means, have a drink, but think about what they push in advertising as a snack. Biscuits. Think of those square ones with the sugar coating, with the word nice. It's like an engraving on a headstone, is it not? The rich tea biscuits with looks like Masonic oak leaves on them. Oh yeah, rich tea. I've explained what tea is on a previous video, but I will reiterate this. The upright is your central pole, and it is capped because it is in Capricorn. The month with the least light, the greatest amount of darkness. That's where it's all at. I've made some posts I've put on Facebook, so partly as a reminder as these downloads were coming. Anyway, mustn't be so somber and so serious. Must be more serious. I think you'll see where I'm going with the words with this. This is what this is all about. The words. Never underestimate the power of words, because words can be read both ways. If you listen and you hear the sound, ignore the spell. Do I have to spell it out? Now, a reminder to all me embers, because you're in the dying months, the dying embers. No cyst, all owed. No cyst, all owed. No cyst allowed. No ledge, no fear of falling or becoming a fallen, because you are rising. You arise, not Aries, you arise with real eyes, your third eye. I said look for the third player. Always look for the silent third player. Works both ways. Good side and bad side. The third eye between your two temples. Gnosis. Gnosis star. Know your sister. Know the divine feminine. That's where the true power is. We've all been shown. We just need to shine. Independence Day. Well, do you want to stay dependent on this slave system when the true power is within each and every one of us? Because I don't. It showed you the nature in that film. The parasites. They cause death and destruction wherever they go. And it is clear from the her story. Let's show you where they come from, where they got in. There we go, map of Africa, and you'll see this island here, Mauritius. Why do you think they insist on saying that they are more righteous and they're always after more riches? It's a portal, that's where they came in. There's depictions of two-headed monsters It can be quite literal and just saying that they're two-faced. Think about this concept, this idea, this thesis, this theory about the Tartarian Empire, a worldwide civilization. Think about the star forts. Think about, some of them are eight-sided, some of them are five-sided. And there's lines coming off of them. You can see it on the Google Earth. So they all connect. So you have to ask yourself the question of, how do they know how many sides to put on these star forts? Were they all built at the same time? Or was it all planned following a grid system, the magnetic fields of Earth, I would suggest? So, from Mauritius, you've got Mauritania on the African continent, more retained, but they've gone up the Enil, the Nile. Why do you think it was Upper and Lower Egypt, and upper is lower, is to the south? You had what is known as the heretic pharaoh, Aten, and Nefertiti. Well, Nefer, let's think about that, because we want to be able to say Nefer again, do we not? Well, Nefer is obviously in a female body. Nefer means beautiful. Now, I'm sure, if you're new even to this, that I don't have to explain what the TT is. For at least 50% of you, it's going to be right there in front of you. We need to keep abreast of these things. Think about the goat. It is depicted in a male body with breasts. All these words are clues to everything. It's down to the shape of the letters. Oh, we've all heard of hieroglyphs. But why are we hiring glyphs? Because that's all letters are, right down to the shape of each and every letter, all 27 letters of the alphabet. Yes, you did hear correctly, I said 27. It's not 26. There's the ampersand. It's been quietly dropped. There's a very interesting one which I will explain later on. I will explain, because an X is a cross. But it's tilted, so you just turn it up. Let's do the pole shift, shall we? We'll put it upright again. Now look what you've got. 4 right angles, 4 angles, 4 angels. You want to see the point, it's right in the middle. It's the symbol of Earth. It's the thing Bayer Pharmaceutical has corrupted and used as their symbol as well, with a BA, with a central Y, because it's the male chromosome. It is hatred of women, because women give birth to new life, as I've said before. So they've got into Egypt. They've corrupted the priesthood. Now you know where the idea of priests and altars come from, because what are they altering? Pretty much everything. Everywhere they have gone has been a trail of destruction, as shown in Independence Day. Independence. Look at China. It's said that they'll eat anything. Beaks, the feet of chicken. To the rest of us, we're thinking, ooh, how can you eat those parts? That's if you are even a meat eater. But that's pretty paltry, really, isn't it? It's pretty poor. But we've all been deceived. This is the thing. We all need to admit to ourselves we've all been played. But game is over. Systematic destruction of a worldwide civilization where everybody did live in bliss. But there's no need to believe, because sitting right in the middle of believe is a lie. That leaves you be Eve. Look for the divine feminine, the be no violence, the benevolence, not the male of violence, the benevolence. That's what it's all about. I'm just scrolling through, remembering what else I've said. Yes, now I'm sure a lot of you are aware of 5G. There's always talk about chemtrails. There's also been talk of a flood, a worldwide flood, and mad floods. Well, have you ever thought, well, we've got 4 seasons? 4 is the number of the divine masculine. This is a patriarch system, remember? Now 4 corners of the earth, 4 seasons. They like the number 4. They don't like being fourth right, do they? So think about 4 seasons, 4 seasons, 4 seasons. Listen to the sound, don't listen to the spell. Don't write, R-I-T-E. Listen, hear the sound. 4 seasons, 4 seasons. These sea suns have seized the sun. They've taken your light away. They've enslaved all of us. Do you remember the saying about gentle giants? Well, just think. Now there are no more trees. Silica-based trees. Creating huge amounts of oxygen. No wonder we're down to round about 6 foot. Well, number 6 again, isn't it? We're not 15 foot, we're not 30 foot anymore because there's not sufficient oxygen. They've cut the trees down. They've stolen the wood. I mean, think about it. You look anywhere around the world, most trees are under 300 years old. They can't produce enough oxygen. That's why we're no longer that size. It's a giant problem we face. They've been putting out your light. It's not just spraying the skies to block out sunlight. They're putting out your sunlight inside you. This is what they're doing. This is what they keep doing over and over and again. Because this world is 3-dimensional. It is the numbers 1 to 9. Now think about a 9. It's a complete circle, but then it's got a tail on it, so it's hooked. We want to go beyond that tail because it's a fairy tale. It's false. We want a 10. Aten, the sun. A 10. Why do you think it's Aten? It means light. Amen. Amun. Dark. So, Tartaria. Great Wall of China. Was it the Great Wall of China, or was it a wall that was built later as this lot came in, these Phoenicians, these merchants, these sea people? That's why they are row men, because they were rowing faster vessels. The Phoenicians, the phonies, the faux net ticks, the parasites. They're your foe and they're trying to net you. That's why we have an internet, a worldwide web of deceit. See what I mean about these words? Think about the biscuits as well, just like headstones, aren't they, with the engraving, as I said at the start of this. I'm going to break down the word biscuit. You can see right in the middle what the business is to the left. UIT, information technology. That is where they want to put us. Downloaded consciousness onto a mainframe. Eradicate humanity. They're already building up their army. Consider this. What they show in public and tell you in public is way behind what they can actually do. You think AI is a problem now. What about when you can't tell it from a real human? What if it has ADHD? All destruction, humanity dies. That's really Greta. I bet that's a bit of a Thunberg I've just dropped there. That's an Elon Musk creation. That ain't real. I can't read any soul energy on that at all. If I can't get a reading, that's an AI. That's a machine. Chilling thought, isn't it? Is it time for tea yet? Tea in the Satan, it's right in the middle. Everything's always in the heart of something. Our chakras. We need to get to the heart of the matter. We need to see and do things from the heart. This world, because we're kept in a spin, keeping us dizzy, so we can't see what's going on. Divide and conquer all the time. The compasses, they're dividers. It is in plain sight, as plain as the CGI that hit the 9/11 towers. Sound. Right frequency to bring steel down, with a few controlled explosions all the way in it as well. Use it as a justification for a war on terror, TERROR, a war on the world, a war on Earth. This isn't the first time, but it will be the last. You just got to be able to see it and stop giving energy to it, because that's what we're all doing. I've done it. I sat in front of the television and I've almost been sucked into the politics, getting angry. I'm now creating a negative energy. I'm feeding an energy with an anger. It's a negative energy. This is why they tell you news, north, east, west, south. Wherever they tell you to look, look the other way, but look for the centre point to everything. See how it all fits together. There's not been a First World War, there's never been a Second World War, there's never been an American Civil War, there's never been a Napoleonic War. It has been one ongoing war. It has been a systematic destruction of all the architecture, all the giveaways that will conflict with the official narrative of his story. Well, I'm fed up of this hearse story. I want her story restored. Bring the balance back. I'll explain more about this with letters. There's a grid system, and this is going to blow your mind, but I'm going to leave that till the next video. So I wish you well. Yeah, I feel passionate about this. I've got nothing else to lose, but all I'm asking is get this message out there, and in this new series. I don't want fame. You make me a target. I don't want 25, 30,000 followers. I want you to get the message out. It's up to all of us to do this. We all need to shine. It's not about taking credit for each person individually, because my purse is not on. I am a being. I'll explain what that one means as well, because those letters break down and show you something. It is a glyph. That's all they are. They are glyphs. They have two meanings. I can't stress that more than that, but I will explain on the next video. Thank you.